Hello everyone, welcome to the first video on AutoCAD course. Today I introduce you with the AutoCAD interface. This huge space is called the user graphical interface of the AutoCAD. It consists of various toolbars and menus and functions that you can use to develop your model. This huge central space is called the model space, where you develop your model. So it has coordinates. Each point on this space has a unique coordinate where you use to develop your model. And this bottom bar is called the status bar, where you can use to make your work easier. For example, you use the grid lines to make sure your lines are on the correct spot, on the correct coordinate. You can also use these two together to have a model space where you can draw your model quickly and efficiently and accurately. If you click on this function, it restricts the cursor orthogonally, meaning that you can only draw the straight lines. So if you're working on a model and it has all the lines straight and orthogonal, you use this, then you can then change that to have a more flexible space. So when you are drawing vertical or horizontal lines, make sure it is active. You can also press Shift while you are drawing to restrict your lines orthogonally. So you can also change the scales from here and also the user interface for your project. For example, currently it is drafting annotation. You can change it to 3D basics if you are developing a 3D basic model, and also 3D modeling if you want to develop a more complicated 3D model. You can also customize your space using functions, and also this customize function here where you want to have unique toolbars and menus on the screen. Basically make your work much easier. And here you can create new layouts, you can import templates, you can set up your pages, your files here. And on the right corner bottom here, you can customize this status bar. For example, you can add coordinates. Here you will see the coordinate of each point, and as you see here, you can see the coordinates. If you want to make sure that you are working on the project correctly and accurately, you activate the coordinates, and you can activate units, for example. So you might have units here. Currently it is decimal. You can change it to architectural or engineering or scientific. So make sure you use these tools when you are working on the model. And the most important is the snapping tool, where you make sure that they are active, particularly this endpoint. If it is not active, then it is difficult to find the endpoint of a line or the center of a line if it is not active. For example, the midpoint is not active, and if you want to draw a line, you can't find the midpoint of this line. So make sure that the snap is active the way you want. So now if I draw a line, yeah, it should be active, and now I think it's not active currently. So it is active now, and now I can easily locate this midpoint of any line. So make sure this is active and you use those snap as you draw. This ribbon bar is all you need for your project, meaning that you can have draw tools, modify tools, annotations, layers, which are very important. And also using another functions like insert. If you insert PDF files, if you want to attach a file on this unique model, or you set the location of your project. So you can use this insert. And the annotate bar is used to annotate your project. Example, if you just want to identify the dimensions, you use those tools here to annotate and document your project. And there are also other functions like parametric, view, output, collaborate, and so forth and so on that I do not want to go today. But you can always click on any of these functions to see the name and also the functionality. So for example, the import here imports customized settings from an enterprise or particular CUI file to the main CUI file. So we use a lot this home bottom, this tools here for the 2D drafting. And one very important thing is that you always set your layers. You define your layers. For example, you defined layers for walls and you make sure the walls color are, for example, this 232 color and the line type is solid line. Yeah, and the light width is a bit large, for example 0.5. And for windows, for example, you create another layer and change the color to be blue, for example, and the line width is smaller. So for each part of the drawing, you can create layers and use that layer to make sure that that part is drawn with the layer you are using. Always check layer. For example, if I want to draw a wall, I click on the line and here I make sure that I use the layer wall. And another important part of the interface is this and zoom in, zoom out, and you can use this to easily navigate through the interface, and you always escape a function using clicking on the escape button on your keyboard. So if I click on it, then this function disappears or is deactivated basically. Another important part of the user interface is this quick bar here, menu bar here, which you can use to redo, undo. This is undo and this is redo. You can share your project and you can customize your space, and they're like very important and quick toolbars that you use to save, to print, to do and undo, and to open, for example, or create a new file. So these are here as well, but you can use these to make your work easier. So if you want to see the 3D model, make sure that this home bottom is activated and you always see the command line here. For example, if I draw a circle, you see here that the command bar is saying it is basically a communication channel between you and the AutoCAD. If I want to draw a circle with 3 point, I can just write 3p and now I can draw 3-point circle. Yes, these are the important parts. You can also search here for a unique function or command. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And the next video I'm going to show you how you change the appearance of the AutoCAD the way you want. Thank you for watching and wish you all the best.